Hi, everyone. Thank you for being here today. Like I said, I will be recording this session for those who couldn't attend today. So thank you for coming. This is a presentation on Purpose for Scholars, which is a learning community we have here at Austin Peay. Before I get started though, my name is Asia Pace. I am the Assistant Director for First Generation Student Success Initiatives. So I am the coordinator for the Purpose for Scholars program. Now, Purpose for Scholars, like I said, is a learning community and a career-focused learning community at that. Primarily, our target audience is going to be either first generation students, the students who are the first in their family to earn a 4-year degree, or Pell eligible students. So Pell eligibility is based off the FAFSA, and after students complete the FAFSA, they will get a like a letter in the mail from Austin Peay just saying, "Hey, you are eligible for the Pell Grant." So again, those were two kind of target demographics. However, if a student does not fall into one of those demographics, they still may be eligible. They just need to reach out to me and let me know. Really, our goal is to have just dedicated students in the program. So again, although our purpose or our goal is for first gen and eligible students, if a student's really interested in participating and wants to really commit their time to it, they are welcome to join. Just need to let me know. So again, this is our presentation, our Zoom interest session. So we'll continue from here. Okay, so what is our purpose? So again, like I was saying, Purpose for Scholars is intended for first generation or Pell eligible students. And those students tend to face additional challenges in regards to getting an education. We'll kind of discuss more about that in later in the slideshow. But our purpose is kind of these three main tenets. So first, building a community of peers. Second, building and promoting career-mindedness. And third, developing career competencies. And we're kind of going to explain what that means later in the slideshow. So first, building a community of peers. So community matters for any freshman student, but especially for first-gen students, again, just because of some of the additional barriers they may face. When you're the first in your family to go to college, you don't really have that precedent to figure out, okay, who do you go to solve this problem? Or how do I do this? How to do that? So if you have those barriers already, and you also don't feel connected to your campus, it just kind of lessens your likelihood of continuing on with your education. Just because if you feel alone on campus, why would you continue? So one of our primary goals is to kind of build community for our students. And we do that with these kind of four main things, right? So first is the 2-day orientation. There's a required orientation for all Purpose First students. It'll take place May 30th through the 31st this year. It is required, however, if students cannot spend the night, I understand, just need to let me know. But it's built again for Purpose First students. So we'll be doing workshops, activities with their peer leaders, which is going to be just peers who are currently sophomores, juniors, and seniors, things like that. And then summer Zoom series. So this is specifically for or with the peer leaders, sorry. So we'll be preparing for fall with the peer leaders, just going over just what to expect in college, right? So college is a process. It can be challenging, it can be daunting. So the goal of the summer Zoom series is to make sure that students don't have any questions going into college, or if they do, they can be addressed before they get here. And then we have an August Welcome Week. So the Welcome Week is for anybody. There'll be events throughout the entire week, things like Glowchella. There'll be a fair, like an actual fair with Ferris wheel and all that. So all those things happen in Welcome Week. But in addition to the fun things, we'll also be having just some workshops specifically for Purpose First students. We'll be providing school supply handout, so backpacks, binders, pencils, things like that. I can get you started. And then last is our freshman seminar course. So every student in Austin Peay has to take the freshman seminar course that is required for graduation. The Purpose First students are in a specific section of that course. So the students you met during orientation, the Zoom series, Welcome Week, you'll be in classes with those students. So really the point of this is to make sure you kind of know who you're with for the next year. We want to make sure that you're able to build relationships and friendships with students. That way, you just feel like you have some support and belonging. You don't feel alone here on campus. All right, so the next goal is building career mindedness. So what does that mean? So when you come to college, of course, your goal at the end of the day is to earn a degree and get a job in something you like, something you're good at, and something that makes money. So really our goal is to begin with the end in mind. So looking on the right here, just how to understand like how to pick a job that makes sense for you. We kind of start at the beginning, right? So we really start in that freshman seminar course with how to understand your own personal values, skills, interests, and abilities, because that's the core of finding a job that you like and that you're good at. The example I use a lot for values in particular is that, for example, if one of your core values is to make a lot of money, have a private chef, a maid, things like that. That's totally fine if you want that. But maybe a job where you're a public school teacher wouldn't be the most fulfilling for you based on your goals. Another example is if you value creativity and autonomy, then maybe something like data analyst wouldn't be right for you because that job is very much repetitive and kind of scripted, things like that. So we want to make sure that students understand what their personal values, skills, and interests and abilities are. That way they connect it to a major that makes sense. All right, and then two, so again, connecting them to a major that corresponds to a career field. Now, I want to kind of say that not every major has to tie into that specific career field. So for example, I had a coworker, she was an English major and she is currently an academic advisor, but she wants to work with like tutoring. So at the tutoring center on campus. So she has a very high sense of detail because of her English degree. So not necessarily has to be something in that career, in that specific major field, but it has to make sense. That's kind of our goal. It has to make sense. All right, number three, understanding the expectations of that major and career. There are many times when students kind of choose a major, but then they take that first major class. They're like, oh, this is not what I thought it was. So before we even get there, during that freshman seminar course, we kind of really teach students, okay, if this is the major you want to do, what are the expectations for that major? So for example, if you choose a STEM major, be expected to do a lot of math and science, right? And then what kind of skills will you need to develop for that major in that career? So although there are specific skills you need to develop for specific majors, so for example, maybe bedside manner, if you're going to be a nurse or a doctor, right? That's something specific. Our goal here at Peppers First, develop kind of not generic skills, but kind of general skills that'll be applicable to any career that you choose. That's what we'll kind of explore on our next slide. All right. So NACE competencies. So Austin Peay is a partner with NACE, which stands for the National Association of Colleges and Employers. And basically NACE is an organization that works with employers to figure out, okay, what kind of skills do our current college graduates need? What kind of skills are they lacking? And what kind of skills are employers looking for? So they develop these 7 competencies based on those specific things that employers are looking for that they don't believe students or graduates, sorry, have. So in no particular order, but 1, critical thinking, 2, communication, 3, teamwork, 4, technology, 5, leadership, 6, professionalism, and 7, career and self-development. So again, like I was mentioning earlier, there are specific skills you'll need for specific jobs. However, these skills are things you'll need for any job you apply for. So for example, you'll need to have effective communication skills no matter what job you pursue, whether you're a teacher, a chef, data analyst, whatever job you have to have good communication skills. And same with all the other things on this list. With professionalism, you need to have certain baseline of professionalism for your job to really kind of get anywhere in the workforce. So that's what these NACE competencies are. And every event we have in Purpose First, every assignment we have in our freshman seminar course are all based on a NACE competency. That way you're able to kind of market yourself so you know, oh, for example, we did this teamwork exercise in our freshman seminar course that helped us develop our communication skills, teamwork skills, leadership skills. So our goal again is connect every single assignment, activity, and event to one of these competencies. That way students are developing these skills that they will need after they graduate. So just in general, quickly, what are the perks of being a Purpose First student? So we discussed what you'll be doing, what you'll be learning, but other than that, what are the actual just perks? So first at the top, students can register earlier than other freshmen. So Purpose First students are part of a special population, which means they will be able to register 2 days earlier than all the other freshmen. All right, success coaching. So all Purpose First students will receive a College Possible student success coach, and those students are those coaches, their goal is to reach out to the students at least once a month, just checking how they're doing. The coaches also coach students in areas of financial management, personal well-being, and academic success. So students will have a pretty specific coaching team that they have access to. And then for our exemplary scholars, those students will receive a $250 textbook stipend. Now, our exemplary scholars are students who kind of exemplify those NACE competencies we talked about. So we go back to that page. So students who kind of really showcase these competencies during their first semester, we have a heroic ceremony for them. And then they will receive a $250 textbook stipend to use for the spring, right? And again, like I mentioned earlier, they get an exclusive overnight orientation. It'll be May 30th, 31st. It is required. However, if you can't stay overnight, that's fine. Let me know. Then last, in general, students will develop professional writing, networking, interview skills, which again, no matter what job you pursue, you'll have to know how to write a resume, a cover letter, you'll have to know how to market yourself. You'll have to know how to ace that interview. And then just another way to summarize what we talked about today. So we really address first generation student needs and Purpose First. So again, although first generation students are our target demographic, first gen and Pell eligible, anyone who's willing to put in the work can join Purpose First. So more specifically for first gen needs, excuse me, let me get some water. All right. So first, again, clarity on major and career pathways. So again, it's important that students choose a major and a career that aligns with their personal values. The students will receive detailed guidance in selecting a major and how it connects to career opportunities. Excuse me. Career and professional skill development. So again, all of our events and programming are based on those nationally recognized career competencies, the NACE competencies, campus navigation and resource awareness. So students will have access to the overall orientation I was telling you about. And during the orientation, students will learn about all the different resources and support sources available to all Austin Peay students, but will especially be helpful for first gen or Pell eligible students. Peer mentoring. All Purpose First students will have a peer leader. The peer leader is going to be in their freshman seminar class, and or most students will have both, a student success coach. And then lastly, all students will have access to the emergency funds and the food pantry on campus. That way, they'll have access just to nutritious meals. All right, so this is our application for the Purpose First program. If you have any questions with the application, just please let me know. Here is my email right here. Email is always the best way to get in contact with me. I check that multiple times a day. It's on my phone. If you have any questions, please email me. And again, here's our application, our QR code for the application. I'll leave that on there for a second. All right, gonna move on in 3, 2, 1. All right. And then just thank you for being here. I appreciate your time. Purpose First is a new, kind of a newer program here at Austin Peay. It's been here for about 4 or 5 years. We're entering our 5th program year. So I just really appreciate the dedication that students have had in this program so far. I'm looking forward to getting to meet the students who are coming in the fall. Again, if you have any questions, email is the best way to get in contact with me. But here on the screen, we have my phone number. If you call and I don't answer, just please leave a detailed voicemail with your callback number. That way I know to call you back. I know what number to call you back at. Here's my email again. And the last link here is just to our Purpose First Scholars website that has more information, FAQs, and of course the application. If you want to meet with me individually to discuss Purpose First Scholars, what we can do for you, there's also a link on that website to schedule a meeting with me individually. So if you have questions about that, just please let me know. And thank you for your time.